quick, and I had to do the video this way, not to sit on the live, but because I have to clear out my phone to make space to make more videos. But listen, there's a couple of things happening in this country I want y'all to really be aware of, okay? So, you know that the president has been trying to really attack black women because he understands that we are actually the economics of our communities, right? While you have this going on with him, he is firing black women that he only has the ability to fire, which is through his federal control. But he is also trying to push out a climate to make employers not participate in DEI and specifically target applicants who are black for not hiring them. In addition to that, he yesterday, I think it was, tried to get an executive order. He put it out there, but he's trying to get the executive order to take away women's ability to literally have credit cards, have money, and own property rescinded. Now, he cannot do that with an executive order, but if he gets enough people in the Congress to vote on his ridiculous executive order, they can make it happen. My thing is this: if they ever get that ballsy, right, to try to take away women's rights completely and put us back in a position where we are 100% less than human and we actually need a chaperone, a son, a father, boyfriend, husband to allow us to live in this society or in this country, then we need to literally completely bankrupt this country and do not comply with any laws or any things that they claim we're not entitled to. If they take away our jobs and our ability to have credit cards and have bank accounts, then we need to completely stop spending in this economy. Completely. Completely, 100%. And it is possible. All right? And that would be a day that we as women collectively decide to not spend for a particular serious length of time and actually crush this economy. Because as much as they like to think taking us out of the economy would benefit this country, it would actually cripple this country. So if they go forward with that, we should be on a complete non-compliant and compliance mentality and behavior going forth, and know that we have to protect our daughters. Because if they ever go along with something like this, the pedophiles and the child molesters are going to come out of the woodworks, okay? So just keep that in mind. And as things get a little bit harsher for us as black women, because these white men who are really insecure and have a problem with the strength, the resilience, and the brilliance of black women, will use that to galvanize other weak men to join them, including black males, to go against women and try to strip the rights from women by making these stupid, foolish men think that by taking rights from women will entitle them to free sex, free labor, and free indentured servitude from women, when it in fact is going to cause nothing but extreme anarchy. Because you cannot try to oppress people and think people are going to go along with that peacefully. That is not going to happen. So be mindful of these type of things, y'all. And when you see women trying to tell you that it really is better for you to not be in relationships, not be in situations with men of any kind where you're getting pregnant, having sex where you can catch any type of STD or come in contact with that flesh-eating disease that is out here because of sexually transmitted diseases, contract HIV or AIDS, protect yourself, because sex is not worth any of that. And with the fact that too many of these states are going extra hard with abortion bans where it is causing women to lose their lives, but because of the censoring of the news. It is not being broadcasted. Please protect yourself and understand that you have to fight through this administration. You have to. You have to also come together with women you would probably never come together with before just to make it through, so that you don't have to be stuck in an abusive situation or subject your children to cruel and unusual punishment by these idiotic black males that want to be in positions of control. And because they don't have it in society, they take it out on women and children inside of the households. So please keep all of that in mind, okay? And continue to do everything you can do to progress in whatever it is you want to do personally in your own life. Don't let anything that's happening in this country today stop you from trying to obtain your goals. Keep pushing no matter what, y'all, because they're trying to kill your spirit and they're trying to corrupt your soul. Do not let them do it to you. And as far as all of this diaspora war shit, I don't want to offend any foreign black people who subscribe to me and like me, but I have to speak the truth. Too many foreign blacks want to win the approval of white people and be in close proximity to whiteness. When a lot of them come to America and they are like, I forget that lady's name in Brooklyn, Yvette somebody, and that other governor, the Jamaican, they're both Jamaican, the Jamaican governor and governor, damn, why can't I remember these people's names? Anyway, they both denied reparations, right? And the reason they're denying reparations is that they're not going to be entitled to them. So they have an attitude of, if they can't receive it, American black people shouldn't receive it. And I personally am very insulted by that, because I know we have suffered more than enough in this country. We fought, we gave up our lives for other black people to be able to come here and live just the way we did. We did that shit selflessly and lovingly. And to have all of these black people from all parts of the world, and especially Africa, constantly trying to undermine us and take advantage of us and backstab us and backbite us is at the point now where it is really making us fucking hate them. Because we had in January of 2025 Africans go behind our backs to government and pass the HR 784 bill, which is an African Diaspora Council Act, where these Nigerians and others and these people from the Essence Festival, they're all including in this, went and got a bill passed to try to steal the spending power of black American people of $1.7 trillion and redirect it back to the continent of Africa. In addition to that, if you go on a website called theafricanunion.com, they literally have a 2025 reparations proposal where they're trying to steal any reparations that black Americans get in America to be given directly to Africans, by considering black American people as a sixth state of the continent of Africa. Now, black American people are not African in any way. We have some African ancestors that came from Africa who were enslaved. But the majority of us in America that suffered, hear me clearly, American chattel slavery, were not African. We were black people forced to breed with each other time and time and time and time again, which is why many people are aware of the slavery breeding farms and the reason why they called it chattel or chattel slavery, because they were forcing us to breed with our own family members, children, and other slaves that were with us. So I want to make that clear for people to understand, because just because a few people came from Africa, or maybe even a lot, all of us did not come from Africa. And all of us that have recently descended from people over the 500 years we've been in this country enslaved, they were not African people directly from the continent. I want that to be very clear. I want you to understand that if that transatlantic slave trade happened in the first, let's give it an even 100 years, that was the end of it. Now you have 400 plus years going forward where that African DNA had been washed out of you or is hanging on very, very slimly in your DNA because of the fact that we were constantly violated for centuries by Europeans of all kinds, which is why black people in America look like everything and everybody. Although, by saying that, I am not taking away the fact that genetically, black women, all black women, no matter where they come from, are the carriers of the Eve gene. And they do not need a white man to give birth to a child that looks white. So let's make that clear, because I have heard too many ignorant sisters on here saying that the only reason why they're light skinned is because they slavery and somebody in their family was raped. That is so disrespectful to the fact that black women are the mother of humanity, and that all these people you see walking around that are not black stem from the genetics of black women, not because of a white man who is a recessively genetic mutation of black women. Okay? So let's be clear on everything. So we have to talk about these things, and we got to know why people are doing these things. They're basically doing these things because they want to get on the bandwagon with white people and be in white people's good graces so much that they will do anything to throw black Americans under the bus to be with whites. And this is where all of this hatred towards black American people are coming from these Africans and other foreign blacks that want to join on the side of Africans, because Africans literally went and got bills passed and are trying to steal our reparations and redirect our spending money of $1.7 trillion back to the development of Africa. And this all stemmed out of the Essence fiasco. Because if they didn't do the things they did to be so arrogantly disrespectful towards black Americans, we would have never started digging into the Essence Venture Inc., find out that they had these plans and that they were actually executing them. So when the Africans come on here and pretend like they're innocent and they don't know why we're saying what they're saying, they're lying. And they're gaslighting, because we have also decided that we're going to boycott them forever. We are not buying any of their products. We're not going to any of their services or businesses. We don't want to spend our money with people who are trying to undermine us. And that is what is happening right now, in addition to the September 1st, also boycotting of all businesses that are not black owned when it comes to hair care, cosmetics, and skincare. So I just want y'all to know this. I have to remember those people's names who literally decided that they was going to throw out the need to have a reparations committee because they don't think black American people suffered enough in this country to deserve reparations. They feel like all the things we went through in this country should be dismissed, and who gives a fuck, because it was us. I take offense to that type of shit, and every black American in this country should. And since it was two Jamaican representatives who started off this campaign, I think that we as black Americans need to, from now on, anytime we vote for a black candidate, scrub their background. And if they are foreign black of any kind, do not support them getting into office. Every foreign black person in office, all the way up to the Black Caucus, is more foreign black than American black. And every time reparations goes up to be voted on for us to get reparations by people who are not from America, who did not suffer all the indignities, disrespect, murdering, killing, and violating that we as black Americans went through in this country, they are given the responsibility and the only say in whether or not we deserve our reparations. And since they are not like us, but they are foreign, they constantly vote against our reparations, and we constantly get knocked down. While we see Jewish people $5 fake Native American Indians, Japanese, and others get reparations for things they suffered in America, while we as Black American people suffered for almost 1,000 years in this country, and we have yet to be given payment for all the things we have and continue to suffer. And that's a real situation that needs to be addressed. In addition to that, do you know how many times we are fighting for the same bill to go before the Senate and to be passed by Congress, which is the HR 40 bill, for us to get reparations? And every time it goes before the 70 Black people who are representatives within the government of this country, they collectively shoot it down. Well, I shouldn't say collectively, because the American Black people vote for it. But there's more foreign blacks than there are Black Americans. And so they constantly vote with the white people to shoot down our reparations. So I have to say that we as Black American people have to stop voting into office foreign blacks who are voting against our best interests. They're voting in concert with white people to keep us as a permanent underclass and to keep us from getting our reparations. It's crazy, but they do it with gusto. They do it with a sense of arrogance, as if, fuck you, Black people. We don't give a fuck about you. We don't think you deserve shit. We don't give a fuck what you've been through. That is the way they do it. And it is fucking disgusting to be a Black American and see a foreign Black person come to our country and treat us in such a way. When we as Black American people, when we travel this world, 9 times out of 10, especially me, before I realized that they really hated us like this, I would deliberately go to Black countries to support them and give them money, because I knew that they were living differently from me. And this is how they repay us. So whenever you can, please go out of your way to speak to your senators and your House of Representatives, your congressmen, that you need them to support HR 40. And it is about time American Black people get their reparations, and that all of these programs that the president and everybody else is doing to target specifically American Black people to keep us disenfranchised has to stop. Has to stop. I think we need to go back to joining our local NAACP chapters, any local chapter of Black American legal associations that fight in court for our rights and our benefits. We're going to have to go back heavily to supporting those people financially and individually, standing up collectively behind them to push through and get our best interests addressed in the courts and the Supreme Court of the United States. They cannot continue to just fuck over us and pass us by as if we're the shit less than, under their shoes. It has to stop. And these other people we're putting into office are going along with them. That, I can't think of that governor's name right now, but he literally said he doesn't see any evidence in how Black people are suffering or have suffered. He doesn't think slavery was real, so therefore we don't deserve any reparations. That Jamaican man literally said that shit out of his own mouth. And then the Jamaican woman from Brooklyn, Yvette Clark, I think her name is, she literally said we don't deserve reparations because we didn't go through anything no one else did. These are the people that we need to stop putting in office, Black American people. We have to stop this because they are not helping us. They are literally just as bad as the white racists that are in office as well. They come here, they cosplay American Black people, they get in positions of power and privilege, and then they shit on American Black people, and this shit has to stop. It is so fucking ridiculous that I'm getting so frustrated to the point where I honestly want all black people, if these other people feel like fuck us, then we need to collectively vote for the white racist Republicans to take over the entire country, right? Throw them all the fuck out. Treat them the way they really want to treat them so that they could actually understand what it is that we was trying to warn them about. Because see, they can't throw us out. And we will survive whatever the fuck they dish out when it comes to us. But those people need to learn that you should not be in this country going against black American people for white people. It is never going to work out good for you in the end. But this is what they're doing right now. I cannot remember that dude's name, but he's the governor and he's trying to run for president. Do not vote for any black man for president at all. I don't give a fuck if he's American black or not. We know that they have a problem with black women. Do not ever vote for them for president. And Obama doesn't count because he was not black. His mama was white, so he was biracial. Okay? So we as black American women, we really have to think about how we're going to survive and deal with these attacks that are waged deliberately towards us, because we are the ones with the education and the money in our communities. And these racists in this country, they have a problem with the fact that we have the most degrees in this country, which is why they're stripping jobs from black women, changing education, and trying to make it as difficult as possible for us to live. So we really have to stop fucking around, and we collectively as a group of people have to get back to fighting for us in this country and us alone, because we are literally fighting against everybody. We're fighting against everybody in this country, ethnically, racially, and now even the foreign blacks we're fighting against. All these people are siding with white supremacy and colonialism and white indoctrination against black American people. Every one of them. And if that's the way it's going to be, then we're no stranger to fighting bad fights or fights we can't win. But we have to collectively come together and honestly start taking a real stand. And we know that our power lies in our economics. So for all the people who are against us, stop spending your money with them. For all the people that get into office and put laws into office or place that hurts black American people, stop voting for them. Stop doing everything when it comes to them. If they rely on the white man, the Hispanics, and everybody else, and Asians that show extreme hatred for us, let those people support them. And when those people show them how they really feel about them, stand back. The same way they're standing back when it is a time when we are now asking to be given what we deserve. We have been cheated out of our rightful place in this country, our earnings, and our reparations for far too long. And if all these people are going to gang up against us with these people, then they deserve to be lumped in with the rest of them. And when those white people turn on them the way that they will, because we all know they will deserve what they get in that time. It's just really crazy that every time our bill comes up, HR 40 for reparations, we have every single representative that is foreign black and white voting against our reparations. And that seriously needs to be understood in our community, and we need to start taking action on that. With that, I'm going to go because I'm getting upset, because that's really fucked up for us to always be thinking and caring about other black people, and then to finally come to the realization that these people basically hate us more than fucking racist white people do. And it is sick, and it is really fucking unwarranted, and it is unacceptable.